Good evening, and welcome to Midnight Insomnia. I'm Midnite, and I'll be your host for your stay. What's up, guys, and welcome to Somewhere in Midnight's Castle. Now, this is kind of my podcast, kind of video vlog thing. Basically, I just wanted to get in touch with you guys and let you guys know what's going on with the channel, and really, so I'm more focused on you guys than I am a video game. But this is the first one, so I just kind of want to let you guys know what's Midnight Insomnia, like what inspired it. Well, like a lot of other YouTube channels, what actually inspired it was me and a lot of our friends were playing games, and my best friend in particular was like, I want to see your reaction, and he would always say it when I was playing a horror game. So I was like, what is a good way for me to be able to capture my gameplay and my comment being absolutely ridiculous all the time and send it to him? Well, I thought, well, instead of sending it, well, why don't we just post it? Midnight Insomnia. As you've noticed, since Layers of Fear, for those of you that actually do continuously watch, you guys can, I'm hoping that you guys can see the quality has greatly improved. I got a new mic. Hopefully that's better. Yes, maybe. I hope so. I also got upgraded my software, so I'm hoping the videos actually are getting better. And for those of you that are responding to me and letting me know if they're doing well, if they're not doing well, based on the quality, things like that. And I'm still learning, and I'm actually having a blast with it. So if you have comments, if you have concerns, or you want to see, or you see something specific that you know that's like, it needs to change, you know, like, yo, Midnight, it's not working, try this instead, please let me know, because I am still learning, and I'm going to be learning for a while, and I'm hoping that you guys can help me grow. With that being said, I just really want to say thank you guys for supporting me, and those of you that have recently subscribed and started following me on Twitter. Thank you very much. I mean, it means a lot to me. I do this for fun and on my off time, and I didn't know that I was going to enjoy it so much, and I really, really look forward to it every single time I get to make these videos and do these for you guys and post my ridiculousness and the good times that I get to have. Also lately, with indie developers on Twitter, I have had really good opportunities, not just to talk with them, but to actually start playing their games. And one in particular that I've started to play, whether you guys have watched it or not, is by a group called Gia Dreams. Now, I'm not 100% clear if they are a single developer or a team. I believe it's actually a single developer who's got help from friends, family members, etc. And Gia, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The game that I just recently played was an alpha, and it is called Shadows of Yesterday, and it's an RPG, and I am a sucker for RPGs, especially Japanese RPGs. I grew up on them. Me and my friends, especially my best friend, beats it into my skull, and they just grew on me, and I love them. I love their story. The grind does not bother me, so we're going to be playing them. And I hope that you guys are going to be enjoying them as well, just as much as I do. So with indie developers, and I get the opportunity to do it, I'm going to do it. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy that as well. With that being said, Gia Dreams, the developer of Shadows of Yesterday, has a couple other games, and I have decided to go ahead and do those demos as well. They have also given me the chance to do a narrative piece that we are discussing, and I'm not 100% sure that that's going to happen, but if it is, I'm actually really excited about it, and I'm looking forward to it. So if you guys listen out, I'll be definitely posting it. I'm sure Gia will be posting it, and I will also leave again, a link in the description of Gia's work and what they're working on right now. Other than that, speaking of indie games in particular, I have quite a few that have been in my sight, and this is also another part of this podcast vlog, so to speak, that I wanted to get your guys' opinions. I want you guys to check them out, and please let me know what you guys think. First guy on the list is I have been looking at Stasis, and Stasis is supposed to be a game that is what they call an isometric 2D point-and-click game. And the reason why it caught my attention is because not only is it a horror game, which obviously I really enjoy horror games and many other games, but it's also sci-fi horror. Now, I'm not too big into sci-fi, like really far out there sci-fi, like we're talking, I don't know how to explain it, but like just sci-fi by itself. It's sometimes it's a little more difficult for me to get into. Not like Star Wars, because Star Wars, oh my gosh, I love Star Wars, are you kidding me? But more like for me, Star Trek, please don't kill me. But Star Trek I just couldn't get into, and I still can't. Like, the movies are fantastic, but I also felt like the movies got away from the show. Like, that was not Star Trek. But anyway, this game is focused on an isometric point-and-click horror sci-fi. And it caught my attention because the sci-fi horror I enjoyed so much of with Dead Space. Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2, and I did enjoy Dead Space 3, but I think they got out of their element just a little bit. It was still a good game, it was still decent, and I enjoyed it, especially with the co-op. If you guys haven't played the co-op, highly recommend it, because there's two sides of the story. Excuse me, words can't come out. But I've never played an isometric, kind of like, they call it also a fourth person view, which I'm not 100% on that. That's probably just because I'm an engineer and isometric makes more sense just based off of my experience. And I'm not sure how it can be scary, but how they present it in these demos, like go to Steam, like check it out as you're listening and just put it off to the side, or and just look at it. It's immersive, and I don't know how they pulled it off, but I'm looking really forward to it. And based on my reading, it's made by two gentlemen that are actually brothers, and that's how they started this. And they grew up on a different game. I cannot remember what it is off the top of my head, and forgive me for that. But if you can find it, post that in the comments below so that other people actually know what we're talking about. And it looks really, really interesting. And if any of you guys have actually played it yourself, I'd like your take on it. Now, don't spoil anything for me, but I would really like to know your take on it. Is it scary? Is it actually really immersive like I think it is? Is it story-driven like I hear? There's supposed to be voiceovers and the actors and everything else that make it really, really deep. So what I'm looking for is to get immersed, and I'm pretty sold on it, so I think that's also going to be our next playthrough or let's play, because after Soma and after Layers of Fear, we won't really have a series next. And I will have these demos that I'll be also continually doing for the developers that I'm talking on with Twitter. But I know you guys like a good story, and for me, I actually like a good story with a game that I can keep up with on a playlist. That's just my take. And of course, in the comments below, guys, list out stuff that you guys want to see, things that you want to play, etc. Now, based off of what you guys want to play, I have a couple other games that are in my sights at the moment. And with Stasis, I also found another game that is in development that looks very similar, just a new twist on like the environment. And that one is actually called Pavillion. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard that. It's by Vision Trick Media, And these guys call the isometric view the fourth person view, which, forgive me if I'm wrong, indie devs and game devs, but I've never heard of it. And isometric, again, just sounds better. But this one looks like it's in different levels. And based off of what I've been reading, it's kind of like you're in tombs, or you're in these different scenarios and they're puzzles. In order to get to the next stage, you have to complete X, Y, and Z. And I don't believe it's horror driven, and I think it's just really puzzle heavy. And I actually really enjoy those type of games. Like, if any of you guys have played The Room on mobile, super fun. Kept me occupied for hours. But to have it on a bigger screen for the PC or the PS4 or anything like that, I'm really excited for that. So check that out. I highly recommend it. And all these games that I'm mentioning will be in the description below. I got another one, of course. I got a couple more. The other one, besides Toby, that I've been demoing the beta that Lucas has been letting me do. And if you guys haven't seen that, I'll leave the playlist in the description below as well. And for Shadows of Yesterday, while we're at it. The other game that I've had in my sights is called Albert and Otto. And this game looks very, very Limbo-like. Just like Toby, but it's black and white with very few hints of color. And it looks like they're only using red, but I could be completely wrong about that. But it looks very, very good. It's puzzle heavy. It's supposed to be really story intensive. I believe more than Limbo was. And like I said, and when I'm playing Toby, if you guys go and watch that when I didn't get to play, goodness gracious, totally forgot what the name was already. I didn't get to play Limbo, but I watched a ton of videos on it, and I really enjoyed it, and I wish I actually played it myself. Now, Albert and Otto, the basis of the story is you are, I believe his name is Albert, and he's got his buddy Otto with him. But he's on this adventure to go and find his sister, and during this adventure you're going through a ton of crap, so to speak. But you gotta be smart about your decisions and how to manipulate the environment in order to get to the next part of the level or the next part of the area. And to me, it looks fantastic, and I'm really, really hoping that, I can get into this game a little early. And if I do, fantastic. It'll be up, and we'll be going on that. So check that out. Go back them up on Twitter. Go back them up on Facebook. Whatever that you guys want to. Highly, highly encourage it. Speaking of really, really, really excited, like hype and everything, I just found a game that I am probably going to be spending hours upon hours upon hours in, and it is called Dark Flame. Those of you that have heard of it, fantastic, you're on the right track. Please hit the developer up, ask him what you can do to help him. Once he hits Kickstarter, go there. His name is Warren Smith. For those of you that don't know what it is, Dark Flame is actually if you can put Castlevania Symphony of the Night, what's in the background right now that I'm playing, and combine that with Dark Souls difficulty and elements as far as stamina and when you can use things, and put them together, they had a beautiful baby together. That's exactly what Dark Flame would be. And I will be demoing this, and I believe by the time this podcast, so to speak, is out, Dark Flame demo that I'm going to be playing will be out as well. Check it out. Just even if you don't want to listen to my voice or commentary that I have on it, that is completely okay with me. I just want you guys to see Dark Flame by itself, because for what I have seen and from what I've been reading, and I actually got a demo directly from the dev. He said, give it a shot, see what you like. It's amazing. Like, I am so excited for the game, and I'm so excited to actually play it for you guys. And the darkflamegame.com is his actual site, also in the description below, that you guys can check out, and you guys can actually download the demo for yourselves, the pre-alpha demo that he says it's pretty old, but he's working on an update. And so far, his progress in this has been amazing. He's a one-man team right now, and if anything, I believe he kind of gets people's help, but from what I understand, he's solo. And for the work that has been put into this game and the concepts that he has is absolutely amazing, and I highly encourage that you guys check this out. And once he hits Kickstarter, please back him up. Let's do what we can, because this game is, I think that this game is going to take off, because maybe it's just my generation, the Super Nintendo kind of, that's kind of the kid that I was. Like Castlevania and leading into the PlayStation realm, like Symphony of the Night was amazing. And then, you get to Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and the difficulty of gameplay at that point in time just really, it gets me, because if you die, you did something stupid. That's on you, and that's why I like these games so much. Like, you need to think about it. It's not just, oh, I'm playing for the sake of playing and I enjoy, like it's a smooth ride. The game's not holding your hand. You want to get to point B from A, well, you need to get through all these other things, and that to me is awesome. So keep an update on him. Warren is online on Twitter, very, very much so. Always there to respond if you, and he's always looking for questions, always willing to answer. Follow him, hit him up, let him know what you're thinking about, or how what your take is on the game. And wait until it hits that Kickstarter, and we can all support him as a team. And I'd really, really like to do that and see this game succeed. Now, the last game that has been in my sights, and it's very, very quiet right now, and I don't think there has been an update in a long time, which kind of makes me nervous, is I've been looking for a Japanese horror RPG for a long time. And I found one. I correct myself. A buddy of mine, my best friend actually, found this, and it's called Kodoku. And it's a Japanese horror RPG. I guess kind of like Corpse Party, but the change in it is that it's actually a 3D immersive and kind of a comic book style. And I will leave this in the description below as well, but I've checked on Twitter, I've checked on Facebook. I believe at one point I even emailed the dev, and I've heard nothing. But the teaser that he's got up, or she, I'm not sure, and the pictures that they have is amazing. And for those of you that don't know, I am obsessed with the Japanese culture, so to speak. I try to learn Japanese on a day-to-day basis. I love to read history, the culture, everything else. When I'm not YouTubing, when I'm not at work, when I'm not with the family, this is what I'm doing, is looking up as much Japanese as much as I can. And it has caught my attention from the get-go, but it's been quiet for a long time. But I would like you guys to check it out and see what you think. And if this does end up picking back up and we can get a hold of the dev, and would you guys like to see this as a gameplay? Because I would love to play it, but I want to know if you guys actually want to see it. Because if you do, fantastic. If not, well, I'm still going to play it, but I'll just play it off screen. So check that out. Let me know what you think. And the last game that just popped up the other day, well, not just popped up the other day, but towards my attention, is called The Park. Now, The Park, and you can check this out on Kodoku, and if you're on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen it. And it's basically a psychological horror with basically a mother losing her kid, and this park slowly starts to turn into like a Silent Hill type. And the reason why it caught my attention is because the Silent Hill, Resident Evil horror take on things just really, really interests me. And I thought it was pretty freaking sweet. So I'll leave a link in the description for one of the sites that posted it on Twitter the other day. I'm sure we can find it. There's not too much information on it, but I think there's enough to get the gist of it and go forth from there. I don't think there are any dates, not that I saw anyway, but if there are, fantastic, then I'm looking forward to it. Last thing I want to talk about as far as the games go is if you guys haven't checked out Allison Road, there's something wrong with you, because it looks friggin' amazing, okay? Like you don't even know. I would highly suggest you guys hightail it over to Kickstarter and at least give them $1, because they've got a big budget, but I know that they can reach it. A lot of people are psyched about it. And for those of you that don't know, which I highly, highly doubt that those of you that are listening to this actually don't know what Allison Road is. But Allison Road is basically the indie remake. I wouldn't say remake. Actually, I take that back. Is the indie developers' creation of PT. But they're not making PT, so to speak, because it got canceled. It's not a Silent Hill. It's Allison Road. And it's supposed to be heavily story driven, but it's supposed to be scary as shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I played PT, my wife was watching me, and I was sweating. Like, I did not want to turn corners. I did not want to go around the corridor. I didn't want to go in the bathroom. I didn't want to talk to the baby. I didn't want to do nothing. Which is kind of weird, because in most of my games I talk shit even when I'm playing by myself and not even YouTubing. So I highly recommend going to check them out. And if you can't, that's fine. But that's one of the games that has also been on my radar, and I just constantly watch them, and I'm rooting for them hardcore, just like a lot of other people are. I'm on their side. Last thing I got for you guys is on November 7th, Extra Life will be doing I believe it's their annual 24-hour gameplay, the big one during the holidays, and I was planning on doing the 24-hour stream and raising charity, but unfortunately I have to attend family plans on that specific day, and it's actually very important, so I need to attend that. So this year I will be donating. Anybody who is listening and checking this out, I would encourage you guys to also donate if you can, even if it's a small amount. I believe they're going to Children's Hospital this year, but I will have to double check on that one. But either way, I encourage you to donate. That's what my goal is for this channel, is to be a big supporter in, these charities with anything to do with gaming. So I highly encourage that. And if you can't, that's fine. If you can stream and have the 24-hour thing going, I highly encourage it. Leave a link in the description, that's my job. Don't take my job. In the comments, if you're gonna do it. And I would like a lot of people who are listening to this and are reviewing the comments as well, to check them out and see if you can show a little support when they're doing it, and see if you can give a little money, things like that, and let's show our support all around. Like I said, unfortunately I won't be around because I have family matters to attend to. which is very important to me. But I'll be keeping my eyes out for more charity throughout this year, and then for years to come, and there will be a time when Midnite is playing for 24 hours. So that's all I have. Thank you guys again so much for listening and watching my videos and constantly supporting me. It means a ton to me. And if you like what I'm doing, you like the channel so far, you like the videos, you like the entertainment, please subscribe and tell your friends, tell your family members, and bring them with you. If not, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. It means a lot to me. That was our very first podcast video, vlog, whatever you want to call it, of Somewhere in Midnite's Castle. I greatly appreciate you guys stopping by. But I gotta go make some more videos for you guys, and I also want to play some games, so that's gonna happen. Okay. Alright guys, take it easy, and I will talk to you guys another night somewhere in Midnite's Castle. Good night.